Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Jess Althea's channel. And so today this video is going to be about my Locaversery. Yay! Welcome to the Jess Althea's channel. For those of you who are tuning in for the first time, welcome back to the channel. For my OG subscribers, yes, welcome back to Jess Althea's channel. Welcome to the Jag fam, where I do all things makeup, lifestyle, and lock videos. So let's get into this video. All right, this is about my locks. They're looking rough, hence the headband. I'll be celebrating my Locaversary this month, January. I started my locks in 2020. Yes, right in the middle of the panini, the people call it. So, you know, we had challenges with getting our hair done. I never really got my hair done because I was already a loose natural and I wanted something a little bit more permanent. I procrastinated, and big up to Natasha. She had done her locks and had encouraged me to do my locks. So eventually I did my locks. So here we are today and I'll be styling my locks. I won't necessarily style it on camera. I'll style it and come back. But what I'll be doing is dyeing the hair after long thoughts and so forth. I've done video when I've now gone back to do coloring my roots because the grays just weren't doing it for me. And then as well as I've now transitioned into retwisting my roots as opposed to interlocking. So I'm going to go on shampoo my hair. You've seen me shampoo it several times and I'll come back on camera looking like a right bum. But I'll shampoo my hair, and while I start the process of retwisting, I'll go into the length, what it is. Now I'll measure it up because it has grown exponentially. I'll put pictures up of when I started, where I was as a loose natural and what I started as in length and where we are now. And while I go through my video with me retwisting, we'll discuss pros and cons, or what I really like about my locks and what I miss about loose natural, which is not much. So yes, let's get into my Locaversary video, guys. I am loving them. All right, so here you have me separating my hair in 4 equal parts. With the retwisting, I do a little bit of a braid and band sort of a thing. So I just sequester it off so it doesn't unravel too much when I am washing. I'm actually going to be coloring today and I'm going to be using this BGen brand. It's color 46. It's light chestnut. I don't think this is a color that I used the last time, but I can't remember what it was. I thought I had captured it in a video, but clearly I didn't. I was trying to go back to get it. But it will match my color nonetheless. Per the color guide. Ooh, I hear say it is gray. It will come out something looking like this color. So it will be dark enough to match with the rest of my hair. And then I just literally just bring the color in the roots. I'm gonna put gloves on because I did my nails last night. I did some Gel X nails. Let me know if you want me to, if you want to see a video of Gel X nails being done. Not good at it, but that's something again I'm saving on, like I do my own here. So I put the gloves on and it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna utilize the entire contents of this bottle because my hair grew out a bit, and then like I said, it comes in powder form. And I have here my bowl. I'm just gonna dump it in it. And then it comes with a measuring cup. So with the fact that I'm using all of it, I just fill it to the top line. And we're using regular room temperature tap water. Pour it in and we mix that together to create the paste or the liquid for which I'll use as the coloring system. Show you one section and then we will proceed to washing our hair out and come back on camera. So I literally just massage it in with my hand, and here is a texture, and I'm just going to really use my hand, and I start in the root section. So when I part, I'll have those covered. It's pretty thick, and then I just use just the brushes downstairs. Sometimes I'll use the brush for the front area, which is the area that is mostly gray, and just go in, massage it in, just lightly work it in so I'm getting all the grays. And then I just work it into my roots as well. Pretty much, it's pretty easy to work with. And I'm just doing my roots because, as you can see, the shaft already has color. So literally the concentrate is on my roots. I'll put a shower cap, plastic bag, whatever I have, and then I'll leave it in for about 30 to 40 minutes, wash it out, and voila. When I started initially recoloring, it took me a box and a half, but now a box is sufficient and I may have some left over. So all right guys, until I wash my hair out, then I'll come back. Thanks for watching. So we're back to the content, and so I have washed my color out, and so here's what we have. You can see frizz is just going to be a part of my game because of my fine hair quality. It will always have some semblance of frizz to it, and I'm not mad at it. So as you can see, the bands are still in. As I washed my hair, I slipped them down so that products were not building across the area where they were. So as I rinsed my hair, I slipped the band down. So I'm going to work on this side of my hair. As you can see, it's nice and colored. A bit more than I wanted it to, but some of this will ease off as I put my products in. I am still using the same products I started with, my rose water mixed with my aloe vera that I make. The aloe vera is bought in the store, and I make my own rose water at this point. I have a video on that. A mixture of oils. I have castor oil, and this time around I have macadamia oil, jojoba oil, and I believe some sweet almond oil in here. And I will be twisting with this Kiss Color Care Lock-In Wax, and it comes like in a I don't know what this is, wax, but it's not feeling, you know, like that Murphy's wax. It doesn't feel like that. It comes opaque, but it dries down really clear, and it does not leave any buildup in my hair. All right, so I had walked away because I know I promised to measure my hair, see the current length. But I have so many tape measures in this house, and none of them are where they should be, nor anywhere I thought they were. That's the nature of the chaos here. But as you can see, it has grown. Let me see. Oh, go back a little bit. My head is a little bit to the side, and it's breast length, as evident from the fact that it looked like a river movement here all along. All right, I am not able to measure. All right, let's see. Get this rubber band out, and as you can see, and I'm bra strap length. So it's my shoulder blade. I'm bending forward, and yeah, I'm able to do that. I hope you can see. All right, let me see. All right, so it's under my scapula for the most part, and I did trim the ends recently, probably 2-3 weeks ago. I had gone across to just get all the ends, most of the ends off. As you can see, most of them are on the blunt side, so I had trimmed those. So yeah, it has grown remarkably. So let's recap. So I started my hair in 2020, so now it's 2024, January 17th, 18th ish, one of those dates. So it's a solid 4 years. Today is the 14th, so it's a solid 4 years, a couple of days and whatnot. Let's not mince hairs, pun intended. And so it has grown remarkably. I'll put pictures, like I said, when I started it, and through the years I'll just pop up pictures as I go along. But yes, it has grown remarkably. So I'm going to start the retwisting process. All right, things I enjoy and I have been loving through this process. The growth, my goodness, it's amazing to watch the growth process. So that in itself can be a pro or a con. When it's short, it's just easy to just get up and go, and depending on the style you want, shorter styles, bangs and so forth, those are easy. You put them up, the bangs, as you can see, there's no bang here. To create a bang, I would have to style it. So I love the fact that it is growing healthy and strong and so forth. I'm gonna go with some oil on my hand and coat the shaft as well. But for the fact that styling has to be a process at this point, if you don't want to wear it down, then you actually have to create something on the curl waves, like putting in curls with whatever means, whether it's going to be those pipe cleaner curls or whatever device you have to use to create the curls. So that becomes a chore in and of itself. The outcome, beautiful, but you know, doing it can become arduous, tedious, so forth and so on. So yeah, the growth, like I said, can be dual in terms of the length being a challenge to style, but just seeing it gets me excited. The length as well comes with weight, and so you have to be mindful that if you put your hair back, you can lose your edges. Much like styling any hair back, there's tension on the periphery, tension on the roots. So you have to be mindful of styling it too tight. So when you yank it back, you just have to give it some leeway so that it does not create tension, alopecia on your edges and on the roots. All right, so I'm gonna go in with the styling wax. I just apply it, and for me, I'm not doing anything spectacular. I'm just cleaning up the edges, just go in and really just twist. All right, but that's not the direction that I normally go, so that I have to be mindful of. So I twist anti-clockwise, I believe. So this side is to be twisted in this direction. All right, and I try not to go too tight. It may look tight now, but by the time I add the pins, this will loosen up a bit. So I just add that pin there and I'll just continue just holding it. And I did a video recently twisting my locks, so this is just that's not what this is about. All right, the second thing I am enjoying is the fact that I'm now twisting my locks. The roots are less tense and dry. When I was doing the interlocking method, I find that the bulbs of my roots were being yanked when I was feeding my locks through my roots. So it's less tension on my roots at this point. And so, yeah, you may say I'm not seeing the bulbs because I've colored it and so the bulbs are not visible, but I just had my roots white and gray. And I know the difference between the gray and the bulbs. When I had the interlocking, I really had a lot of bulbs coming out, and that was just from threading. My hair is not necessarily uniformed coming all the way down, so the ends are actually fatter than the roots. So feeding it through the roots to do the interlocking method, even though that's what I swore up and down that I would be doing till my dying days, I may change back. So never say never, but I do now prefer this method because I think it's a little bit healthier on my fine locks, and in feeding it through as well, I ended up with a lot of breakages at the base. I don't know if you can see this. So now, like I said, it's much easier on my roots doing the retwist method. And for now, I am enjoying that. It takes much less time to do this. What would take me 6-7 hours, depending on the amount of growth or loosening at the roots. Sorry. Let's make sure I pin it. What would take 6-7 hours is now gone down to 2.5-3 hours. All right, so that I am enjoying quite a bit. As you can see, I'm just literally twisting it with my fingertips, just twisting it. I don't have a lot of looseness on the shaft itself right now, so if you have a lot of frizz, I can, like, if I pull this up, but they're growing in nicely, just twine it around and then pin them. So I've already done 2 lines. This would have taken me like forever just to sort everything out. So yeah. All right. What else am I enjoying? The ease, like today going to church, it was a right mess. If it were loose, natural, it would have been such a tedious effort to style. I could just put it up, put a band around the front and head out. So, you know, just making sure. So yeah, that was just an easy process. I don't normally have any hair at this point of my hair. I've said that in all my videos, so don't be alarmed. This is not anything new. This right side of my edges is usually pretty much non-existent, and so the color has just gotten on my roots. I do have just peach fuzz mainly in that area. So yeah. All right, what else am I enjoying at this time? So One other thing, not necessarily enjoying, comparison is the thief of joy in all things. And as it relates to my locks, when I started out, I had a vision as to what I wanted it to look like, whose head. I had a lot of Pinterest ideas that I wanted to mirror, and yeah, it didn't come out looking like that. But I find that my locks in and of itself are inspiration and is an inspiration. And persons who are new to this that have asked, hey, who's done your locks? What you did to your locks? What size are they? I tell them that your hair is not necessarily going to come out looking like this. You have to take into consideration your type of hair. Hold a second. Out this. I mean, I love how the color just messed up my hair front. I may have to just go with some alcohol and get that done because it's annoying me. The color is not what I desired, so we're gonna work with it. Cause what me they go do? What me they go do? Anyway, persons will ask, who did your locks? How did the locks? What size were they when you started? All that good stuff. Listen, with all the research I did, for me not look like the people that women wanted it to look like. None at all. None at all. None at all. I'm not saying don't do your research. Do your research as to whether you want micro locks, sister locks, traditional locks, the time you have, the money you have, if you're able to do it yourself, if somebody is not able to, like, you know, when we were in the phase of life where we were locked down, etc. Consider all those things. If you're not able to get to the hairdresser, what are you going to be able to do? The only thing is that it is absolutely versatile in light of the fact that you can, you know, just swoop it up. And that's going to be dependent on the phase that you're in on your journey. If it's, you know, long enough, if it's short enough, fluff it out, go put a turban on if that's what you're into. So yeah, the versatility again is great, but you have to know what you desire and also be mindful of what you desire is not going to necessarily come to fruition on your lock if you mirror somebody else's technique, style, etc., etc., etc. But overall, I am enjoying my locks. I've enjoyed the journey thus far. People ask, will I comb it out? All that good stuff. I've seen people comb out their locks recently. Some have combed out from traditional and have started smaller locks. So you have that option as well. I don't see myself combing these out. If it is that I am over them, I'm losing my roots, I'm losing my edges, I'm losing all those things, just go right ahead and cut it off. Start afresh. Yeah, that's how I see that. That's my perspective on that. I don't, you know, I know I started out with the interlocking method. I started it myself. I started doing the 2 rotation. Was I consistent in the directions that I went? I wasn't. And so to loose this out, the time, you know, I have that time. I'm not structured with that level of patience. And yeah, if that is to be the case, I think that I would, oops, wait a second. I missed one lock. If it is that I were to do that, at that point I would start embracing my grays and have them grow out from the roots and do like a really low hairstyle that would facilitate my grays coming in, and just embracing that part of my aging process. That's it for the things I'm enjoying. I do love my locks. I like the fact that I had colored the ends. I still like that part. I don't want to go in and do that again. I'm gonna finish up my hair, and most likely tomorrow I'll come back when I've done styling it so you can see it. Again, happy Locaversary to me. Please do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Comment below if you want to start new locks, what advice you'd like. And if you do have locks, share your advice as well and what you like and dislike about your locks. All right, so let me go ahead and finish up my hair. Alright, so my hair is all up. I didn't do anything fancy. I mirrored this microlock YouTuber that I saw do this style. So I just copied that. So here's what it came out to be. The back is out and down. She had tucked it in, but I'm not tucking it in, so it's left hanging. But I like how it's just nice and flow kind. Alright guys, I was not satisfied with the first lock look, so I am trying something else. It may not work, but we're just going to unravel these twine ups and just, yeah, it didn't work, but here is my lock, my Locaversary. One thing about the longer locks, they're harder to style unless you do updos. So yeah, just want to do a little photo shoot-a-rooted for my Locaversary. So here's, didn't curl like I anticipated, but they're nice and pristine. And here they are. The first mohawk, we're like, mwah. So guys, that's it for this lock video. Thank you for tuning in to Jess Althea's channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. For my OG subscribers, again, thank you. For those of you tuning in for the first time, please take a moment and subscribe to Jess Althea's channel and join the Jag fam. And until next time, guys, see you along this lock journey and while I do my makeup. Bye, guys.